Who are you making meatloaf with?
I'm making meatloaf with my daddy.
Hi, I am Daddy. Meatloaf starts out with meat.
Of course.
I have two different varieties. I have ground beef and sausage.
Sausage. Funny name. Make sure the eggs don't get cracked. I am going to crack the eggs.
It starts by opening
The meatloaf.
the meat.
It starts off with meat.
I am also using rubber gloves to avoid mess and
Make sure you don't accidentally cut yourself, too.
that's only secondary. But I just don't want a mess. I don't want to have to wash my hands too much, essentially.
Should I wear gloves? Because
No, your hands will not be inside this mess.
so I'm only going to crack the eggs and maybe pour some stuff in.
Correct.
Can I pour spinach in?
I will be dealing with the spinach. The spinach is messy. Anything messy, I will be dealing with.
So anything clean, I will be dealing with. I
Correct.
will do the clean stuff and you do the messy.
Correct.
So you have it.
Aside from the eggs. The eggs can be messy, but you have to be careful.
Yes, I know. Sometimes they're messy, sometimes they're not. Blah, 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 blah. Yay, squishy squish. I wonder when I can wear rubber gloves.
Any rubber gloves we have are too big for you.
Too bad. I don't get rubber gloves.
This is 4 pounds of meat. It's going to make a lot of meatloaf.
Mickey Mouse. I made Mickey Mouse with eggs.
All right, so meat goes in first. Next, we need, and it doesn't matter what order these go in. It all gets squished together using the implements of long-term use, aka your hands. So, let's start out with eggs. Okay.
Make sure no shells go in, of course.
Shells are not appetizing. That's right.
Yeah. Get some care. Kind of messy.
All right. Now, while this girl goes and washes her hands,
Daddy will mix them.
I will consider the next ingredients.
So, can I pour this in?
Pour all of that in here.
Okay.
This is Worcestershire sauce. Oh, well, that was efficient. Okay, put it over there.
Oops.
Oh, you're fine. This is messy. That's why I deal with the mess. All right. Let's take some of that Knorr. Be careful.
Okay, tell me when to stop because...
Don't twist it off. It flips up.
way. Ah.
Okay. I want you to squeeze some in. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. All right, so this is Knorr liquid seasoning, very common in Asian dishes. I have picked up on the use of it. Now we are also going to go with some of this here soy sauce. Take the cap off. Hold the bottle and the very top so it doesn't come off, and pour some in. Stop. All right, now we need a vegetable.
Spinach!
For the vegetable, we have
Spinach.
frozen chopped spinach.
Messy.
Yes. I microwaved this to thaw a little bit of the spinach.
And then later on, if we put it in the oven, are we going to put it in the oven?
Oh yes, meatloaf goes in the oven.
If we put it in the oven, it will heat up more. So heat it up for maybe 1 minute or a second.
So this spinach has a little bit of water from being frozen. I'm going to squeeze it out, and it still is cold. There still are some frozen chunks of the spinach in here. But the rice, I'm using rice as a binder versus breadcrumbs. The rice is still warm from being cooked.
Daddy, should I?
So the temperature difference between the spinach and the rice should not start to cook the meatloaf, and should even out the temperature nicely.
Daddy,
Just leave those there.
I was thinking to put them in the garbage.
I'll just leave those there for now.
Okay.
I choose frozen chopped spinach because frozen chopped spinach adds protein, it adds color, and it gets your daily greens in. Vegetables are healthy.
Yes, so are fruits.
So are fruits. So are meats. They're all important.
Sometimes cheese, right?
All right, girl, it's time to add some rice. Come
Okay.
over here.
Wait.
There's a scoop.
So I dig
Yes, and carefully put it over the bowl here.
a bit, and then Daddy handed that. It will.
Dig down deep and get a big amount.
Wah!
Okay, careful, 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 careful. Bring it over here. There's some spinach on the rice. Get some more over here. Come on, more. I need more.
All of it?
Not all of it. More. Yeah, the rice is definitely hot still, especially as I dig down. Okay, that should be enough for now. But like I said before, the spinach is frozen, so when I start to squish this all together,
Squishy part.
the cold and the hot together, it's not ideal, obviously, for any food preparation, but the hot and the cold, it's already evening out temperature-wise, so not a problem. And if you're concerned about that, just make sure your ice is cooled. You don't have to do this. I was just semi-impatient and wanted to get to the squishy, messy part. So, dig down to the bottom to get all those precious sauces, the juices, the Worcestershire sauce, the soy sauce, and the Knorr. And just squish, squish, squish. So, squish, squish, squish.
Squishy squash squash. Daddy smishes it and mixes it all around until a big chunk of meatball. And I watch him. really funny. Sushi part. Sushi part is sometimes silly.
So, when it gets to good texture, and this is getting mixed well enough.
Should I get the white foil thingy?
And this is actually kind of cold because, oh, just wait a second, girl. This is getting kind of cold because of the spinach, so the rice definitely cooled down. So, like I said before, you could, it doesn't matter, first of all, that the rice is warm. It doesn't cook the egg, which is a binder. The rice, which is also a binder. Somebody's going to get a big chunk of spinach if I can't break this part up. Okay, there I go.
Maybe you could have used a knife.
Maybe, but
It'll roast up. Down.
the last part is let's see, do I think we need any more sauces? Take the lid off that Worcestershire and very carefully pour the rest of that in. Thank you. And a little bit more soy sauce.
And what about the door?
The Knorr, I don't, let's not do any more Knorr. Let's just do soy sauce. I never measure. I learned to cook from my mother who never measured. My grandmother never measured. All the way around. That's good. So I do not measure.
And I'm not going to measure.
If you feel the need to measure,
Measure.
you can't taste the food because this is raw and both eggs and meat. So follow a recipe if you feel the need to measure, but otherwise just use your best judgment, experiment, have fun. Cooking is a good experience, excuse me. So have fun with it. Have fun. Have a good time. And this is what it looks like right here.
Big chunk of.
Big chunk of meat. Yes, that's right. Now I need a pan to put this in.
Pen?
A pan.
Pan.
A Pyrex dish.
Okay, I'll get it. Where is it?
Pyrex dish, yeah, it's the long glass dish.
Glass.
Alright, so I now, by TV magic, have a Pyrex dish. Amazing. Magic, isn't it, girl? So I take it and in no particular form, just plop it in there.
Plop.
And again, plop.
Plop it.
Kinda. I want this not around the edges. There's a lot more to go in here. You can use a traditional, like, I think it's a bread loaf pan for this. But basically, I don't. I just put it in a Pyrex dish and tent the dish with foil. I leave a spot around it, so a space around it, excuse me. Space around this so grease can pool around the outside edge, and when it does that, it's easy to pull off using a spoon. Just pour it out directly. You can use different methods of grease removal after it bakes, and this is your average basic, I think 73% ground beef, so it will have some fat coming off it. So no need to worry. Just pat it down.
Patty, patty, pat, 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 patty, pat, 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 patty, 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 patty.
Leave the edge, tuck it in. Not tuck in like they say in England. Tuck in, everybody. Like Peppa Pig. Okay, now, here is the nice part about wearing gloves. If you could get a hold of one glove,
Want me to do it?
you go like this. Then watch. You stick your thumb in. You go like this.
And then...
And it's done.
How your fingers stick.
Take a paper towel that you have handy to clean up what mess you have. And look. Clean hands.
What my dad means by tucking it in tight is what he means. Not tuck in and cut.
What I mean is tuck in the sides so it's all neat and away from the sides. But tuck in England is dig in America, which is start eating. So we just tuck it in so it's a little bit above the top brim and away from the sides so the grease can pool around it. So it has easy grease or fat removal. And that is it. That is how you make meatloaf.
Bye.
Subscribe.
Please like and subscribe. Bye. Be safe.